with abortion. I have no problem with that. My problem comes when you tell me what I need to do with my doctor and my family. How dare you?
Who wind up pregnant and are pressured to make a life-altering emotional decision that is packaged to them as the responsible thing to do.
Candace Owens just dropped a truth bomb that left The View in shambles. She pointed out that only 18% of American families are nuclear units now. That's right, less than 1 in 5 kids grow up with both parents at home.
18% of households in America today feature a nuclear family unit. A married mother and a father raising children.
But here's the kicker. Candace linked this directly to the "my body, my choice" mantra. She argued it's creating a culture of deadbeat moms who don't consider fathers in the abortion decision. Mind-blowing stuff, right?
But when the message that is ringing out loud and clear from mainstream culture and media is that beyond sex, men have no responsibility or say in the lives of their children.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. You are aware that The View has always been a small, friendly gathering place for liberal celebrities to give each other pats on the back. Not anymore, that is. Candace Owens arrived and completely changed the game. Imagine this, Candace entering a room full of liberal heavyweights by herself. Seeing a lamb enter a wolf's cave is like that. However, this lamb has teeth. The queen bee herself, Whoopi Goldberg, is sitting there looking quite proud. Her thoughts are clearly along the lines of, oh great, another conservative to shut down. She was going to be surprised though. Candace is not a weakling that they can take advantage of. No, she arrived prepared to rumble. You could cut through the tension in the studio with a knife. Whoopi's face has the expression of someone who is ready to jump. The worst part is that Candace gets there before her. Whoopi just sits there with her jaw hanging wide as she begins to spew out facts. She seemed to have forgotten all of her talking points. Whoopi's face should have been visible to you. It was invaluable. In one moment, she is full of confidence and believes she will teach this young upstart. The next, she appears to be a deer caught in headlights. Whoopi didn't know what hit her when Candace confronted her with some harsh facts on abortion.
Men have any eggs or the possibility of carrying a fetus? How dare you talk about what a fetus wants?
The spectators? They aren't accustomed to it. When the applause sign comes on, people usually just clap and nod along. Now though, they're wriggling around in their chairs. Some appear astonished, while others are furious. They didn't sign up for this comfortable echo chamber. Candace continues without letting up. She is discussing topics that the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear, such as abortion statistics and fetal development. Whoopi too? She's struggling to figure out how to stop Candace. However, it isn't functioning. The liberal queen bee is getting stung for once. The other hosts are attempting to join in, but Candace is refusing. She's having a great time and isn't letting anyone stop her. It's similar to witnessing a boxing bout in which one guy keeps throwing punches. Then it occurs. Candace reveals some shocking information regarding late-term abortions. Boom. She seemed to have dropped a truth bomb in the center of the studio.
It happens when you have unprotected sex. And then, when they find out, they go, whoops, well, good thing I learned in health class that I can just get an abortion to deal with it.
Whoopi's left stutters as she tries to think of something to say. She can't say anything though. Feelings aren't going to cut it this time. The facts are the facts. Whoopi believed that Candace was in a tight spot regarding abortion. It would be equivalent to bringing a water gun to a nuclear conflict. Candace is jam-packed with harsh facts that will leave you speechless. Are you prepared for this? Whoopi certainly wasn't. Candace begins revealing shocking information one after another. There is no sugarcoating or skirting the issue. Simply put, the mainstream media doesn't want you to know these truths. She is discussing how teen pregnancies were really down prior to all of this federally financed sex education and Roe v. Wade stuff.
Wade in 1973, teenage pregnancy rates in this country were declining over a period of 12 years.
12 years in a row. Now though, the situation is quite different. Candace is refusing to let Whoopi join in, as you can see. She isn't going to allow anyone stop her from continuing on her current trajectory. That studio's tension, you may use a knife to cut it. The other presenters are shifting about in their chairs, trying to find a way to divert the conversation. Candace, though, isn't giving up. One of her zingers is, children are the consequence. Life is the consequence.
Don't understand what happens when you have sex. We understand exactly what happens. Children are the consequence. Life is the consequence.
Boom, the liberal minds are literally popping. Candace is pointing out that they are marketing abortion as a quick fix for a good night out, as if it were no big thing. She doesn't believe it though. She's expressing what everyone is thinking but is too scared to express. This isn't a straightforward medical choice. She then takes aim at the target. The my body, my choice argument doesn't hold up because it's not the woman's body that dies. It's the baby's. Whoa, there was so much noise in that studio. The face of Whoopi? Priceless. She appears to have just been informed that the earth is flat.
With abortion, I have no problem with that. My problem comes when you tell me what I need to do with my doctor and my family. How dare you?
By discussing prenatal development and other topics they don't want you to know, Candace is dissecting it. There is no way out despite the other hosts' best efforts. This is no longer a sentimental discussion show. This is an outright attack on the truth.
Zealots and/or people on the right very much understand that reality. We understand that when a culture promulgates promiscuity, it leads to people engaging in unfulfilling.
What's crazy, do you? Even some of the audience's pro-choice members appear surprised. They are likely unfamiliar with the information that Candace is sharing regarding abortion procedures. It seems as though she has revealed the ugly stuff that lies underlying this entire enterprise. It's too late for Whoopi to regain control. The harm has been done. She knows she's completely out of her element here, and it's evident in her eyes. This isn't your typical softball interview when everyone gives each other a pat on the back and agrees. No, this is a simple intellectual assault. Whoopi pulls off the oldest trick in the book, just when you thought she couldn't possibly appear more out of her depth. Her words, my body, my choice.
Who wind up pregnant and are pressured to make a life-altering emotional decision that is packaged to them as the responsible thing to do.
However, Candace, she won't tolerate it. She's gonna throw you a curveball that will leave you reeling. It's like that. That line is usually brought up when the topic of abortion is discussed. They act as though it's a magic spell that puts an end to all disagreements. Candace, however, is not buying into it. She's gonna turn everything upside down. Candace begins discussing men's rights when it comes to abortion choices. Yes, you heard correctly. Rights of men. The audience is becoming restless. They're clearly thinking, wait, what? This isn't supposed to proceed that way. Candace, however, is unconcerned. She's doing really well. Whoopi tries to intervene, most likely to stop something before it gets out of hand. Candace, however, is ahead of the game. When everyone else is still learning out how the pieces go, she can see 10 moves ahead, much like a chess player. How on earth can someone logically explain how a baby is 100% the property of a woman as it grows inside her? Is the bomb that Candace then drops. Boom, the studio becomes silent.
I mean, how on earth can someone logically explain how a baby is 100% the property of a woman as it grows inside of her?
You can almost hear Whoopi's mind churning as she attempts to think of a way to make a comeback. Candace isn't finished though. She begins by discussing how child support rules have a double standard. She is asking why males cannot choose not to pay child support if women can choose to forego parenting through abortion.
Can a man stand before a judge at a child support hearing and say, Your Honor, it was her body, and it was therefore her choice to have this child?
She seems to be holding up a mirror to the whole my body, my choice debate, and the image isn't very appealing. The crowd is growing agitated, some appear irate, while others appear perplexed. This isn't the typical agreeable, feel-good conversation they're accustomed to on The View. No, people are uncomfortable with this argument, which is true. Candace persists. She is criticizing the my body, my choice argument as a means for women to avoid accountability, so much so that she refers to it as a pervasive deadbeat mom argument. For all the pro-choice people out there, that must be painful. Candace has backed Whoopi into a corner, and you can see her attempting to find a way out. However, there is no way out. The my body, my choice argument's logical flaws are exposed for everyone to see. The entire pro-choice movement seems to have been upended by Candace. Whoopi too? She is now stuttering as she attempts to defend a stance that has just been completely destroyed. It's nearly terrible to observe. Despite having years of experience, this seasoned host has nothing to offer. No retort, no witty remark, nothing. On national television, Candace Owens just had a stunning performance. When the dust settles though, what will happen? The actual showdown is soon to appear mild in comparison to the aftermath.
They can chest feed, and here comes along Whoopi Goldberg, and she's so fired up about abortion that she accidentally tells the truth.
It's amazing to see how the liberal media is going crazy. It's like that. Everyone is rushing after Candace delivers some truth bombs on The View. Watching a group of headless chickens run around is like that. The liberal press, they are in a state of complete terror. This contraption isn't spinning as quickly as a DJ during a rave, despite their best efforts. What about social media? It's shooting up like a 4th of July fireworks factory. Oh boy. Though not for the reasons the left would prefer, Candace is popular. Clips of her defeating Whoopi are being shared online, and the word is getting out like wildfire. As they try to figure out how to make this catastrophe appear like a victory, The View's public relations crew is most likely drowning in coffee at the moment. People, good luck with that. Conservative media outlets, however, are thriving. They are repeatedly airing those clips, which depict Whoopi being educated. For them, it's like Christmas arrived early. They are publishing pieces more quickly than you can say liberal tears, and readers are consuming them. The worst part is that Whoopi's admirers are completely unaware of this. They are constantly coming up with excuses. Oh, Whoopi was just having an off day. The producers cut out the best parts. Yes, exactly. Continue to remind yourself of it. They seem unable to understand that their queen bee was just stung. What's the best part, you ask? No matter how much the media tries to hide this, millions of people are hearing Candace's points. It's like attempting to use a bucket to halt a tidal wave. Perhaps for the first time, people are learning these realities about abortion, and it's getting them to think. Individuals who think for themselves are the thing that the liberal media is most afraid of. This is more than just Candace's victory. For everyone who is tired of hearing the same old platitudes, it serves as a wake-up call. It seems as though the curtain has finally been drawn back to reveal the true situation. Many individuals don't like what they're seeing. Let me tell you, what comes next then? It is highly likely that The View will reconsider asking another conservative to appear. They were rudely awakened from their belief that they could steamroll Candace the way they do everyone else.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I say, thanks Whoopi for proving that even idiots are capable of understanding basic biology.
Candace was packing heat, and it's as if they brought a knife to a gunfight. Ultimately, this whole debacle demonstrates the true fragility of the leftist media bubble. When you combine a powerful voice with some reliable information, everything begins to fall apart. It's time for someone to confront them and expose their hypocrisy. What about Candace? She simply demonstrated the process to everyone. People, take notes. The woke mob can be repelled in this way.